if you try it, you're going to lose weight in no time. Today I'm going to give you the actual best method to lose weight or lose fat fast. And this is a method that I use with my clients. I'm a 37-year-old dietitian and a mom of two. I wasn't always lean. In my 20s, I was like 10 kilos, so like 20 pounds heavier than I am now. But I have found a way to eat and to exercise that keeps me lean and keeps all of my clients lean. Literally works for everyone and helped so many women achieve their ideal weight. And it's also a healthy way of losing weight. But yes, you can actually lose weight really, really fast if you strictly follow all the rules of this blueprint. So I would really appreciate if you hit that like button real hard and if you subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. So without further ado, let me give you my method. First thing we're going to do is focus on food because food is the most important in any weight loss program. Exercising, moving is important, but without good diet, there is no weight loss. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on low calorie, high volume food, which is basically fruits and vegetables, and we're going to treat them the same way. You can eat one or the other. There is no one better than the other. They are all in a low calorie, high volume food category. And why are they low calorie and high volume? Because they have a lot of fiber and they have a lot of water. So what they do is they fill up our stomach without making us overeat on calories, on energy, because any fat loss occurs when we eat more energy than we use, and weight loss happens only if we eat fewer energy, fewer calories, less energy than we use. So we're starting every single meal with those high volume, low calorie foods. For example, it can be a fruit salad, it can be a vegetables and fruit salad, veggie salad, it can be vegetable soup, cooked vegetables, grilled vegetables, but we're going easy on those fats. If you're doing grilled vegetables or vegetable soup, watch out for the amount of oil you're pouring inside and try not to go over like half a teaspoon to 3/4 of teaspoon of added fat. So what we're going to do, we're going to take those foods and we're going to fill ourselves up till we're no longer really hungry. And then we're going to move on to our protein source. We can choose from meat, fish, eggs, fermented dairy, like yogurt, kefir, things like this. Sometimes legumes, sometimes tofu, sometimes other soy products, that's okay as well. And why protein is so important? First of all, it is an essential nutrient that our body really needs to build lean muscles and just to stay alive really. But second of all, there is this theory of protein leverage, which basically says that our body needs a minimal amount of protein every single day. And it's going to make us hungry and make us eat food until we reach that minimal threshold. So if we're always under eating on protein, we're always going to have cravings to eat more and more. But even when we already reached that minimum amount of protein that we're supposed to be eating, if we keep eating protein, it's still making us really satisfied. Like our body likes to have protein as a source of calories. It feels satisfied and it feels nourished. So filling up our stomach on those high volume, low calorie fruits and vegetables and then topping it up with protein, this is a hunger smashing combo. This is going to be a low calorie meal, but very satiating. One more very important thing about fruits and vegetables is that they are very high in micronutrients. They are rich in vitamins, in minerals, in bioactive compounds, which means that our body will be nourished with nutrients and it's not going to give us those huge hunger attacks. This is so important. So fruits, vegetables, lean protein. If you're still hungry after that, go ahead and eat something else. But other things like rice, pasta, cheese, whatever else you want to have outside of fruits, vegetables, and the source of protein, this should be eaten sparingly and at the end of the meal when you're already filled up on the rest. And even better, if you want even faster weight loss, once you have filled up your stomach on fruits, vegetables, you ate your protein, if you still want to eat something, go back to fruits. Go back to those high volume, low calorie fruits and eat until you're full. Very, very important. Do not drink your calories. Liquid calories from juices, soft drinks, milk, things like this. It doesn't fill you up. It doesn't give you satiety, but it does give you empty calories and you're more likely to overeat on energy if you're drinking your calories during the day. Number 2, we do not snack. Ever. You don't need to be snacking. Remember to eat until you're full at every single meal. You eat until your stomach is comfortably full, until you feel satiated, until you feel like you have really eaten your meal. And then you get up from the table and you move on with your life and you're not snacking until the next meal. Snacking is off limits. We're not snacking ever. We don't need to be snacking. Rule number 3. We leave at least 12 hours from the last meal to the first meal of the day without eating. So between your dinner or your supper until your breakfast, we need to have at least 12 hours break. And I like to do 16. I like to do intermittent fasting. All of my clients that want to lose weight are required to have at least 12 hours without food every single day. Why? Because it gives your body a chance to digest, insulin levels to go down, and to actually dig into those fat storage that you want to get rid of. When we eat, the sugar in our blood raises, and it's completely normal. And as a response to that, a hormone called insulin is being secreted. This insulin helps sugar go into the cells of our body, of our muscles mostly. So it's a very anabolic hormone. It's a hormone of growth. What we like to do when we're trying to lose weight is to lower that insulin levels so that our body can stop using glucose as an energy source and can start using our stored fat as an energy source. So let's go through what we already said. We're eating high volume, low energy food. We're eating protein. We're not snacking. We're not drinking calories. We're doing 12 hours rest between the meals. Okay, rule number 6. We're walking. Why walking? Walking is the best activity to lose weight. Why? Because unlike cardio, like cardio that raises our heart rate, unlike weightlifting, walking doesn't actually make us hungry. It doesn't promote the secretion of those hunger promoting hormones. And so we can be walking and using so many calories every single day without later our body forcing us to eat all of those calories back. When we're running or when we're lifting weights, even if we're aware of it, it is very hard not to eat all of those calories that we burned back at the next few meals, because our body is going to make us to take one bite here, one bite there, add a little bit more oil, add a bit more sugar. So we don't want that. Walking doesn't do that. So we want to be walking at least 12,000 steps every single day to lose weight. And if you're really serious because you have a wedding in 2 weeks or you have those summer holidays coming up that you paid so expensive for, 16,000 steps is what you want to be going for. Another really great thing about walking is that you're very unlikely to get injured when you're walking. So you can be actually walking every single day over and over again and every single day, and there is no risk that you're going to hurt your Achilles or anything else. And also, you don't have to be going outside and for an actual walk to be walking. You can be just pacing around the house. When you're talking to somebody, when you're scrolling on your phone, when you're watching TV, just pace around the table. When you're waiting for your vegetables to cook on the grill, walk around the grill. Walk all the time. Walk whenever you can. I know you've heard it so many times, but actually do park your car further away and walk to that store. You're going to feel such a huge difference when you start walking. Start walking 12,000 steps a day today, save this video and come back in a week and comment if you have seen the difference. I dare you, I challenge you to do that. You're going to see a huge difference. Now, I like to track my steps on my Garmin watch, but you can get any cheap step counting watch from Amazon for like $10 and go ahead and count your steps every day. This is a game changer for everybody. Okay, next, weight training. I want you to be weight training because once you lose all that fat, I want your body to be nice and tight. And there is a second very important reason is that when you have more muscles, you're literally burning more fat when you're sleeping because muscles use more energy to be sustained, to be alive than fat tissue. So when you're sleeping, when you're not doing anything, when you're just sitting down and you have more muscles, you're going to burn more calories, more energy. So it's going to be much more effortless to stay lean. And there are obviously so many health benefits to working out, to being fit, to having lots of muscle mass, to having lots of bone mass, but this is not a video about that. But please do go work out with heavy weights. And how you want to do it is you want to choose basic exercises. Squat, bench press, pull-ups. If you don't know what to do, go ahead and type in basic bodybuilding exercises. What you want to do is do 4 to 5 series of each exercise and choose a weight that is heavy enough to do 6 to 12 repetitions, that the last repetition is 1 or 2 away from failure. And once you're able to reach 12 repetitions, you go up with the weight and you start over again. And you train until you can do, again, 12 reps with that weight before going up with the weight. This way of training is a basic bodybuilding training, but it's so efficient in building muscle mass and it's going to change your body. Next point is cardio. I love cardio. I always used to be a runner girl. I love running, but I have to say that if you're in active weight loss stage, running might not be the best. Why? It does burn a lot of calorie, but it also makes you extremely hungry and you're going to eat all of those calories back. And it also raises very much levels of cortisol in your body, which is just going to make you hold on to that fat in your middle area, and we don't want that. So for active fat loss stage, I really recommend that you limit your cardio to 30 to 45 minutes a week. Do keep that 30 minutes in your plan because it's very healthy for your cardiovascular health, obviously for your heart health, for your skin, for everything. It's very important, so keep it, but do not go overboard with cardio. Focus on walking and on weight training. Next point is prioritizing sleep. Do prioritize sleep. Sleep is extremely important. You need at least 8 hours every single night. First of all, if you're not sleeping, you don't have energy. When you don't have energy, your body is trying to compensate and get that energy from somewhere else. So it's going to actually make you more hungry and it's going to try to make you eat more. We don't want that. And second of all, you need energy for those walks. You need energy for that weight training. You need energy to go shopping and to make yourself nice, huge salad. Chopping those fruits and vegetables takes a lot of effort. So please do prioritize sleep. You're going to feel better. You're going to be skinnier. And also there are studies that show that people on the same weight loss diet, those that don't sleep, lose more muscles and less fat than those who sleep. Those who sleep lose more fat and less muscles. Important. And last thing is something that is not going to make that much change, but it's something that can make just a little change, maybe an extra half a pound. But if you only have a short time and you're trying to lose fat as fast as possible, there are some foods and some drinks, some compounds that can help you lose more fat. So sip on green tea, sip on coffee, add vinegar to your salads and to your foods, and eat spicy foods. Those things can actually make you burn a little bit more calories and can help you burn more fat. That is it for today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please again do hit that like button and do subscribe to my channel. And I would really appreciate if you leave a comment and let me know if you're going to try my blueprint. And I know that if you try it, you're going to lose weight in no time. Hopefully see you in my other videos. On my channel, I'll talk all about health, fitness, diet, being healthy, being lean. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and check it out. See ya.